patreon.com. I think I got this figured out. I finally just cut out all the lesson from the 12-story building. You can go to patreon.com, patreon .com/discovering intuition and get the whole lesson. It was like me reading from the spiritual credit score book that me and Bill did like 5 years ago. And it's really interesting stuff, actually. It's about all the different levels of consciousness and stuff like that. But this was actually the meditation that came afterwards, and clearing all like the lower dimensional realms of ourselves that have like earthbound spirits and like just gross, nasty, like, if you believe in demons, there's demons there. There's, angels, fairies, fallen angels, guides, fake guides, earthbound spirits, just all the stuff that you don't want to have in your field. And so that's what this meditation's for. And it was really, really useful for me. And what was funny was I did this meditation, channeled it that night, and then the next day I was like, I feel amazing. And then all of these toxic people started calling me again. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's like you clear things from your field and then they just come back with like a vengeance. So I actually seeked out this meditation day. I was like, I'm going to do this meditation. I'm going to clear my slate and start fresh again and feel amazing. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So here it goes. Okay. Head includes family members, friends that are attached to your light. Maybe you're attached to them. So instead of one me, you're more than one. You're, say, 50 me's, because you're tuned into other people's light, pulling from them. Because you're pulling from them, their consciousness is now in your consciousness. You can't steal someone's light without bringing their thoughts, their opinions, their ideas into your field, become a piece of you. And you can't give your light away to somebody without putting your mind into their field, therefore creating a space where you're more than one. So continue to allow that one to spin your head. Includes family members, friends that are attached to your light. Maybe you're attached to them. So instead of one me, you're more than one. You're, say, 50 me's, because you're tuned into other people's light, pulling from them. Because you're pulling from them, their consciousness is now in your consciousness. You can't steal someone's light without bringing their thoughts, their opinions, their ideas into your field, become a piece of you. And you can't give your light away to somebody without putting your mind into their field, therefore creating a space where you're more than one. So continue to allow that one to spin, going down to the center of your throat, dropping down through your head, down through your throat. Bottom of the one is getting around to your heart. It's spinning. Any earthbound spirits, any entities, any attachments, any false guides, the spirit world, the dream world. False guides, false teachers, people, places, things that you're attached to, words. That should not be attached to your me are just cut, gone, released. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just gone. Allow that one to continue down through the center of your heart space. And when the one hits your solar plexus area, just above your belly button, like 2 inches above your belly button, there's a big like plasma ball of light that's there. It's you. That is you. That one is going to tap into that, and it's going to pop the bubble, and just all this light is just going to burst out everywhere throughout your entire body, filling your entire body with this extremely bright, so bright you can't even look at it, plasmic light liquid. Allow yourself to feel this plasmic liquid it's like unlimited amounts of it, just continuing to flow from the center of your solar plexus, filling up your shoulders, your arms, all your fingertips, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, your neck, your head.
your heart space, solar plexus. It's going to end at your, it's going to stop at your, some of you guys, it's going to stop at your waist. Because you have to give it permission to go down to the lower dimensional realms in the legs. To say, I allow this light to enter into my entire body now. And that one is still spinning, dropping down past your belly button. Around where your belly button is, this is where entities are, where demonic forces are, attachments are. This is the elemental kingdom. This is all the things that talk in your ear and go, oh, go do this, go do that. Oh, kill yourself, die. Nobody loves you anyways. All these horrible things that are just muttered into your ears. These are pieces of you that don't like you. They don't like themselves, and you are them. So this one from all the way above your head is now down in these realms, bringing the most beautiful light, this unity, this peace. All these pieces of you that are destructive, get you sick, get you tired, make you want to quit. Go out and find negative forces to come into your life, to tempt you, to fool you, to make you think that you're helping somebody when really you're helping them kill themselves by being their enabler or their codependent or staying in an abusive relationship, thinking that it's because you love each other instead of helping each other to get out of this abusive cycle you're in. This plasmic liquid is going down each leg, and almost like there's like holes or spaces in you where that liquid won't go. If there is a space where it won't go, just kind of take your hands, rub them together, and then just kind of place them wherever it feels like that light won't go. And the second you place your hand on that area, all the light will flow into there. Light's now filled down through your knees, your shins, your calves, your ankles, your feet. This light flows all the way down beneath your 2 feet, 6 feet beneath your 2 feet. If you're laying down, it's going to be beneath your feet, still up here above ground. If you're standing with your feet on the ground, it's down beneath the ground. 6 feet down. This is the original source of that light that was in your solar plexus. That light that was in your solar plexus is, in essence, a clone of this you that is 6 feet beneath you. Creates a piece of itself, it clones itself to go into you, to experience life as you, to be you. That you gets trapped. What I'd like for you to do is to imagine a little portal beneath your feet. I want you to just imagine that you're going to kind of shrink down, go through that portal beneath your feet, drop down, and you're going to land inside that big ball of light beneath you. So if you're laying down, you're going to go like out your feet through a portal. Just imagine a portal beneath your feet, and then just imagine your feet just kind of being slid through that portal, your whole body sliding through that portal. And then you're going to be merged in with the big, huge, original life force energy that you are. This isn't necessarily your higher self, it's your self, so to speak. God's self, maybe it's you. It's your me. Inside of this bubble of light, or this amoeba or whatever this is, it looks like just a moving plasmic thing. Inside this, you feel stillness. You may be like, am I in the right place? Yes, you are. If you imagine that you moved through a portal beneath your feet, even if you're just pretending like You felt like you went there? You're in the right space. Everyone's there. Because there's no way that you can ever not be this you. You're always this you. But by doing this ritual, by filling your body with light and then entering into it, what you're doing is you're releasing all outside forces and sources that would not allow you to fully and completely harness your healing abilities that you have while you are this you. So in your mind, don't say it out loud, just in your mind, just say, calling in my higher self, my guides, my teachers, and any beings that can assist me that are for my highest and best good, as well as their own. Calling in guides, angels, teachers, my higher self, and any other beings that can assist me that are for my highest and best good, as well as their own. So bringing your awareness to your actual physical body, you're just going to say, my physical body is now the me. It's beneath my feet. My physical body is now the me that I became beneath my feet. And you're just going to kind of feel your physical body. It's going to represent that self, that you. So you don't have to keep your mind like, oh, I'm beneath my feet, I'm in this bubble. You're back to being your physical body. You can say, by the law of correspondence, my physical body is now at me, or my physical body is now a surrogate for that sixth dimensional me. Whatever it is that works for you. You're back in your physical body, but you're almost like this gold plasma. I want you to either hear a name or feel a name or sense a name, any name. I want you to write that name down. Any name, just any name. If you have 3 names, write down 3 names. It's fine. Someone's like, I have 3. Just any name. Okay. That's your name. That is your elemental name. That is the you that exists in the lower dimensional realms. That is the you that is a fairy or a gnome or a creature or part of the earth. It's an angelic being or even a fallen angelic. It's the you that's ascending through these energy centers that gets caught up in the first and second and third and fourth layers. So you can either use this name, and it may have been the wrong name, it doesn't matter. We're assigning this name that you wrote down. If you didn't write one down, if you just thought of it, just, maybe write it down, you'll forget later, but just use that name. We're setting the intention that the name that we came up with, any name, is now the name of you. And you have to have a name because that's the only way that you can differentiate between you and other beings. Because if these beings are in your field, in your lower dimensional realms, they are you. Once something is in your field, it's you. So in order to get rid of anything that is not, I heard Chloe. So anything that's not Chloe must leave now. You're like, oh, I'm not Chloe. I'm not. Okay. All right. Everything leaves. Okay. Does that make sense? So my physical body now represents the me that I was in beneath my feet. Think of a name. So then you're going to say, I am now in that name on my first level. want you to kind of feel your feet up against like a little disc. It's like an elevator disc. It's underneath your feet, and it's got you at the base floor, the elevator. And once you say, I am now, that name, and I'm on my first floor, I want you to kind of visualize or just feel that you're like on an elevator. And when we open up the elevator door, you're going to see everything that's in your first level. If you don't see, you may hear, there's a demon here, or there's this, or there's that. You'll hear it, you'll sense it, you'll feel it, you'll know it. You'll see a picture in your head that you saw on Facebook at some point of maybe like a devil or, whatever. It's just, you're just going to sense something. Or you can just say, how many beings are on level 1 that are not Chloe? I heard 9,600. That's funny again. You can imagine the door opening, and the second the door opens, just say, higher self, clear me. And the biggest like bolt of like bright white, fastest like lightning light gonna shoot down from above you, right in front of you, and shoot out the door and just completely transmute everything, dissolve it. Doesn't burn it, it just erases it. It's like a white eraser board, everything just gets erased, just gone. No longer exists. It's gone. First floor. Anything that is not whatever name you decided to name yourself. It's your higher self, and as we determined earlier this week, the higher self is source. Completely gotten rid of anything. If there's anything left, say, is there anything left that needs to be touched by the light? If you hear yes, just say, calling that forward now. And then just imagine the light, like the lightning just shoot down right in front of you and out both doors, and it's just gonna dissolve it. From behind you, there's a mist, and this is love, pure love. Undistorted, not human love. It's love of the Father, love of the soul, love of the Creator. It is purity, oneness, and it's flowing through you, out the doors, and into the space where all that stuff was. Anything that is not in 100% resonance with love, just like cockroaches when the light turns, just goes away. And then the doors close. You're clear. Now you're just going to say, elevator, take me to the second floor. And this disc beneath your feet is just going to go toot, 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 toot. It's going to move up. You're going to go to the second floor. You can ask to feel what it feels like on the second floor. You may feel like gunky and goopy and yucky. You can ask for the light to come down and touch you with light. Fill you with light, fill your elevator with light. Removing any energies, entities, anything that are like in your elevator with you. Things that are claiming to be you. So anything that is not, say me as Chloe, I'm calling in the light. So the light comes down, and I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people just went away. And a weird hand on top of my head, like a middle finger in the palm of a hand, like on the back of my head. That's weird. Blocking my crown. Calling in the light from above. It's just gonna do what the light does. We don't know what it does. We don't care. Just doing it. And the reason why we're doing the light like this is because not everybody could get into the space that we went into earlier. If you could get into that space, you could sit, be pulled into that space, and then send the light from there into your elevator. But instead, we're doing it for you. Giving you access to that space, that fifth element, in that space, allowing the light of all creation to manifest itself in a space where it can affect you. You can feel it. And you open up the elevator door. As it opens, it's like sound and crackling and just horrible noises. It's awful. Ask that you don't have to hear it. Any frequencies that are not me, any energies that are not the name of that being, the name that you had, that are not Chloe, I now ask that they're touched by the light. So the light's going to come down and just shoot down. It's less like a lightning bolt here, and it's more like a big, huge, like spotlight. It's just going to go boom, down the ground in the elevator and then shoot straight out. Wherever there is light, darkness cannot exist. This is where things like suicidal tendencies, impending doom, rapists, murderers, people that take lives, that die, they exist in this dimensional layer, and they can affect you. They can attach onto you. And not because you're a bad person, but because you think you're a bad person, because you should have been a healer, but you're a cook instead. You thinking I should have been this and I'm bad, because that puts you in the same frequency as someone, I shouldn't have killed that person. It's the same frequency. Universe isn't choosy about the degree of should. It's just should. Regret. I'm not good. I'm bad. So anything in this, on this floor, when the door is open, any piece of you that thinks it's bad, you're going to call that forward. And that includes ancestral pieces of you, past life pieces of you, all the yous that you think were bad. You see all these little TVs of me doing all these different bad things. What we're going to do is we're going to release them to the light, not calling the light in. We're just going to say, I forgive all of those me's. I forgive all of them, and I release them to the light, and just allow them all to float up out of there and go up to the light. And as they do, you can kind of hear like, they're all like popping. They're just going away. You can almost feel like your body getting lighter. It was somebody had like all these boils all over the back. There were burns. And I see them all healing up. Anyone who you've not forgiven, any people that you've not forgiven, you're keeping them on this floor. So you need to forgive anyone that I have not forgiven, calling them forward now. I forgive them because they did not know what they were doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it. They were being affected by a being on this level or the level below. They wanted nothing but anger, hate, mistrust between us. I forgive them. They were used as a pawn in a greater scheme. And just allow them to lift up to the light, or call the light down to shine on them, and they'll just disappear. Oh, that felt good. Geez, I thought I was over that a long time ago. Still in there? That's funny. And lastly, on this level, any family members, any beings, any earthbound spirits, any beings that have stolen your light, that have been tuned into you, that are no longer alive, and that you did not even know were there. Calling them forward either as faceless people or as a number. How many people are there? I got a 9 in mine. You can imagine the number. What we're going to do is we're going to call in Christ from above to wash that away like water, just whoosh, washing through. Just say, Christ, flow through me. Christ, flow through them. And they're washed away into their higher self, into their soul, reunited with their soul, reunited with their light, reunited with their passion, their peace, their trust. And you're given back your ability to fully harness your light. If you want to ask who they were, you can. Now that doesn't really matter. Last thing you're going to do is imagine a wall that has like nothing on it. And then just say that wall now represents any energetic connections that I have. And you're going to see either outlets, see how many outlets there are. And all you have to do is just say 0 charge, and any plugs that you have plugged into any outlets, they're just going to whip back into you. These are people that you're plugging into and taking their light. So you got rid of the ones that are plugged into you. Now you need to unplug from other people. So that wall now represents any energetic connections that I have to others that are not, say, your name, Chloe, me. Just say 0 charge, and boom, everything will come back to you. And it'll reconnect you back with your source, with that light up there that keeps coming down to clear you. And the elevator doors close. These elevator doors have a mirror on them, soul mirror. You can ask to see what you look like now. And as you look to see what you look like, elevator comes in and starts to move you up from the 2nd floor up to the 3rd. And you can actually probably see yourself change form from the 2nd to the 3rd floor. As you enter into the 3rd floor, it may feel like a more familiar energy. This is where your fear is. This is where fear drives you. Oh no, I'm going to die. Everyone I love is going to die. They're all going to leave. Oh no. I'm so afraid. I'm not a good enough mom. I'm a horrible dad. I'm a horrible daughter. I'm a horrible wife. I'm a horrible this. It's all fear-based. Media loves this level, loves to keep you here. Because here you're sheep and you're controllable. And it's here where the first level of your soul can actually combine with your human consciousness. Beneath this, it's just the elemental kingdom. On this 3rd floor, we're going to turn your elevator into a big, huge snow globe. You should imagine that you're in a snow globe. There's water around you, little snowflakes swirling around. You're standing in the middle. You can't imagine that you're in a snow globe. If you can't just say, am I in a snow globe? If you hear yes, because you can't see, then you're in it. I'm now in a snow globe. My elevator now represents a snow globe. And just ask to see what it feels like, what it looks like. What we're going to do today is we're going to replace your current snow globe, your current field of consciousness, with a brand new snow globe from the Christ consciousness from the divine spirit that you are, from the 5th floor of above. Just going to imagine this perfect, brilliant sphere of spinning light like a snow globe coming down from above you. And as it drops down into your space, it's almost like goop and grime. It's just like spinning and flying out everywhere. And this beautiful light disc, this light sphere, spinning and dropping down into you, cutting all the cords that are attached to the outside of the snow globe that you have attached to other people. These are all fleshy cords. We have attachment to, say, a commercial that you saw about the pandemic or something, like that told you were going to die. So now you have this fear of dying, but you don't even know that you saw that, but it's still attached and it's still going into your mind. Just allow this light orb, this light globe, to bring you back into alignment with no such thing as fear. If you can see the future, if you know the future, if you know your purpose, if you know you're eternal, if you know even if you die, you're still here, if you know that even if somebody that you love dies, they're still here, if you know all this, you have nothing to be afraid of. If you know that there's no way to look stupid in front of other people because people only see themselves when they look at you, and you can't be afraid of looking stupid in front of other people. The amount of people that think you look stupid, same amount of people will think that you're amazing. But they don't even think it about you. They're thinking about, if I was up there, I can imagine being like that. Then I would think this about myself, or I think that. And they cringe thinking about, oh, if that was me, that's how I feel. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves, because in this level, you can only see yourself. Your snow globe is like a big mirror, and you only see yourself shining back at you. The snow globe above you is dropped all the way down in. It's locked in beneath your feet, above your head, 5 feet out to the side of you, 5 feet out to the other side of you, 5 feet out in front, 5 feet behind. And it's the most beautiful, flowing, Christ, light, water, soul, spirit, unconditional love, knowing you that you have ever felt. It's almost like cool. It's like cool to the touch. It's making you feel light and free. Once you feel that you've combined this 5th layer self with your 3rd layer self, you are now your 4th dimensional self. You automatically have left the 3rd floor. It didn't have an elevator door to open because everything's within you. There's nothing outside of you. It's all inside of you. You're now your 4th floor, and you're just this big bright ball of light. On the 4th floor, you have several guides standing around you. You can ask your guides to step forward. And because you're your 5D self, you can discern good from bad, highest and best good to lowest and worst. You're just going to ask that if there's any beings that are for your highest and best good, they move to your, say, right. Any beings that are influencing you, your mood, your emotions, your feelings, your life, your purpose, your destiny, your shoulds, all that stuff, all those beings that are affecting you in some way, shape, or form, move to your left. And from back behind to your right, there's a humongous hand, and it has light coming out of it. It's going to move towards you, and it's just going to push light and move away all those beings that are not for your highest and best good. Just like push them aside. You're going to fall out of your field, be gone. And they're not able to return unless you call them back. Any being that is not your name, so any being that's not Marisa, calling them all forward. Anyone that's for my highest and best good, move to the right. Anyone that's not for my highest and best good, move to the left. And then you're going to ask the hand of God to come in and wipe away all of the influences that are not for your highest and best good. Beings that are left behind are truly here to help you. And what we'd like for you to do is communicate with them now. Through writing or through meditation. You're going to ask one at a time for them to step forward and give you a message, either through a picture or a word, or maybe use your hand to write. But the being that's like right there, facilitating this whole thing, is your true self. It's your higher self, your source self, whatever you want to call it, fifth element self. This is the you that never came down into this reality. It's perfect in every way, shape, and form. But it can understand what you're going through. It's watched every single thing you've ever done. It speaks to you within the inner part of your ear. Gives you pictures in the right side of your mind. Gives you a gut feeling in your stomach. This is your intuition as a being. So dear intuition self, please help me to communicate with these beings that are here to help me, or communicate with them and then give me the messages. And now I want you to just write. And I'm going to give you 10 minutes to write. That's a long time, but it's going to go by quick. You can draw pictures, write words, or you can just lay there and just allow them to give you the messages, and just know that tomorrow when you're driving, or tomorrow when you're surfing, or whatever you do, like to pass time or exercise or work out or do the dishes, or something that you're just doing that you're not really thinking, the messages that they give you right now in these next 10 minutes will come through like loud and clear. Or somebody will come up to you and say, hey, I was thinking about this idea, blah, 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 and they're going to say it, and that'll be the information that's coming into your field. So either just open up to receive 10 minutes, or you can write, or just draw pictures, or do whatever you want to do. But set a timer for 10 minutes, and then I'll be back. I'm going to hold space so that you guys can stay connected to this self. If anything that's not supposed to be here comes in, you'll feel it come into your left. I want you to just be like, hand to God, take it away. And I'll be like, I'll just knock it out of there. I'm going to go right now, too. I'll be back. I'm setting a timer for 10 minutes. You can ask these guides, why did I have these entities in my field down in the lower levels? Or why did I have this? Or, why is this happening in my life? Just ask them questions and you'll receive answers right now. Even if you don't see, even if you don't hear, even if you don't feel, even if you're the most dense as a doorknob, not intuitive person, you will receive something right now. And you may receive the message in the next week, but you're receiving it right now, and then it'll come through to you later or now. Enjoy. I'll be back.